This is a Headgum original.
Push this guy down on the...
Oh yeah, it's sort of coming off.
Oh.
Yeah, there you
go. I said to Amir as soon as I walked in, are we ready to make some magic? I said it clean. I said it inspire-y.
No, you said, are we ready to make some Are we ready to make some magic?
Some laughter.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this room is slowly becoming legend in the comedy spheres. Like, you know, the shoe wall at Earwolf was like a thing for a couple years. I feel like seeing...
Yeah, they had a wall with a bunch of shoes on it.
A bunch of comedians would take photos in front of that wall. Now it's like, holy shit, like fucking was in here the other day, which we can talk about.
No, I don't think we can.
Really? Because I really wanted to talk about that idea that we had.
You can talk about that, but just not the...
What about a podcast that's Tony Hawk Tua Tagliatelle, right? So it's...
Tagliatelle?
So it's Tony, the Hawk Tua girl, and that Tua football player who keeps getting...
I think it's pronounced...
kicked in the head.
Tua Tagliavoa.
I know that. This is another pun. So it's Tony Hawk, the Hawk Tua girl, and Tua whatever guy who keeps getting, basically like lobotomized by football. Yeah. And they would all be making or having or thinking about pasta. I don't know which one yet.
Tula from My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
I feel like that's like a hat on a hat.
No, what you did was a hat on a hat.
It is a Friday feeling episode, TGIF. Last night we had the Headgum Holiday Party, and it was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. I'm not saying it was like a 10 out of 10, but compared to the other holiday mixers that we've had in the past, Halloween, etc., most people are there because work just ended at 5. Yeah. That's when the thing starts. They're gone by 6 because everybody wants to go home. Last night, people were there till like 8:30.
Later.
Well, I was there till 8:30, and once I leave, the party goes with me.
Oh, that actually wasn't true at all. I don't think anyone noticed when you left.
Really?
The party don't stop since I walked out.
That's really good. But you're saying it don't stop. I think it does.
Well,
you guys are low energy.
I entered at the same time as the cat. What?
Oh, there was a cat.
What happened with the cat?
Yeah, cat was sort of not even the B story. It became the main plot of the party.
I would say
I don't know. No, it
stole some of the shine/sheen from what could have been a party that was all about me.
The cat barely had any
traction.
Well, in my spheres of the party that I was
it didn't have
inhabiting.
Chatting cat.
Yeah, the cat barely came up. The cat was there at the beginning. It was a kitten. So we found a kitten.
Very small.
And I'm allergic, so I was like, I don't need anything to do with this guy.
You were snorting Zyrtec, but everybody thought it was cocaine.
Well, yeah, but...
It hits you faster.
Yeah, it protects your nose.
I was so dry.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Casey's Fizz.
Let me ask you guys this. Specifically, let's ask Grace. Who does this remind you of? Casey, right?
You can't say Casey right.
Nobody's ever said Casey.
I just think it looks like you. Looks like it's crazy because it's a flag.
Yeah.
But I feel like it reminds me of China.
It reminds you of China.
The
Chinese flag reminds you of China.
Let me dog walk you guys through this. This reminds me of China, right?
And you're saying I'm China.
You are China.
Yeah.
So if this reminds me of China, it by extension reminds me of you. It's like an SAT question.
It's the transitive property.
Last night at the party, you kept showing the Chinese flag to people.
I would just, because this was already pulled
Who
up.
does this remind you of?
People that didn't know you or Casey.
They look at me blankly mostly.
Look at you blankly, and then you go, Casey, right?
I was talking to
who's
advertisers.
Casey? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, Squarespace had a rep there, and I was like, doesn't this remind you of China?
Yeah.
And they said yes, which means Casey.
They thought we had
Make-A-Wish Foundation thing going.
An employee who we sort of had to hire, even though he's not all mentally there, walking throughout the party, asking people about the Chinese flag.
Well, I was like grabbing people's wrists and being like, I'm the employee of the moth, and then I would try to eat their shirt.
Right.
You're kind of the Tua Tagovailoa of Headgum.
Because of how many times I hit my head in the last calendar year.
Yeah.
Multiple concussions, traumatic brain injury. You can't throw it right-handed.
Post-concussive
You
syndrome.
refuse to put the safety thing on top of your helmet.
I don't really want to.
The helmet
yeah.
pack helmet.
Yeah.
Sorry, now
Amir,
you took
can
it
I
too
say
far.
something?
Now that's too
I
far.
don't
It's a helmet
intend
on a
to make
helmet.
you
That is
uncomfortable.
trauma.
But if you were a flag, I do see the Isle of Man flag, which
Oh,
is the
interesting.
3 legs,
Oh.
like in a.
So you're saying
sort
he's
of
hung like a
circle.
horse?
No, I'm saying. I'm
You
just.
said 3
I'm seeing.
legs.
I'm
That reminds you of Amir.
appreciating the legs
Okay.
in a safe and normal way.
What's the flag with the dragon on it? That's the one
Wales.
I want to see. Yeah, Wales. That's a cool flag.
It is cool.
A mythical beast on the flag.
But you're just an actual beast. And I don't mean like beast mode. I mean like you're a monster to see.
Okay.
And to other coworkers of yours.
You're talking a lot about the NFL in front of somebody from a different country.
Well, that's the real football. I wanted to get to that. Basically, I wanted to like get into a verbal or physical altercation to say that American football should be football. Your guys' thing should be called like fucking
Go on.
Soccer. Yeah.
soccer is not actually bad.
That is what we call it.
I do think the Brits came up with the term soccer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's short for associated football.
Oh, really?
Soccer's
so.
short for associated football.
I believe so.
That's pretty cool.
That's like the origins.
Like a little slang,
doesn't
like
really
Cockney
make
but
slang.
like it's like
Soccer, like
ruggers.
associate. Yeah.
It's from
None
the
of that
sock.
makes any sense. That's something I would say. But you
Sock,
guys are saying
like a
you're all on the
sock.
same like a
In-
sauce?
Like the
Sock.
SOC is an association and in soccer.
at uni.
And do you mind if we do Bond of the Week and then we can get to your college story? It is called college, by the way.
At college, I've forgotten what were we talking about?
I think soccer.
Billy
Soccer,
McFarland.
sorry, the societies, like the clubs you join, we'll call them socks. So like med soc was like all the people that did medicine were in the like
And that was association too, short for that.
society.
Society.
But I think that was a
Soccer
common.
is
And then
society
adding-
or
Excuse us, Geoff.
and
Sorry,
then
I
adding
never been rude.
was like is a kind of standard way of like nicknaming something.
nicknaming us. Yes.
And what brings you to LA?
The season of Good Tidings. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
I want to be out
cool.
here.
And
I,
where do you stay when you're out here? Do you have friends that you can crash with?
I have a friend that
incredible.
she's an LA native.
Wow.
But she has now moved to Los Feliz.
Yeah.
And you guys don't mind if we do Bond of the Week?
And then
I
how
feel
did
like
you
I'm
make a
we
friend
will
in-
get back
We'll
to
get
it.
to that.
I'm wondering how you made a friend in LA in
Grace
London.
used to live in LA. You know nothing about Harper.
When did you live in LA?
I was here for like sort of 9 months on and off. Like
That's living.
coming for you can come for like 90 days at a time. So
Yeah.
I was doing like a sort of
I feel like I was on your side and you're somehow siding with
I'm
Amir.
just concentrating on talking to Amir right now. It's really nothing personal. I do want to come back to Bond.
And you made a
Bond of the
friend
Week.
It
during
feels
that
personal.
time.
Yeah,
And now it's like, oh, if you're ever in LA, you can just stay with me.
yeah. This is the first time it's happened. We've gone on we went on holiday to New York together.
Well, it's kind of interesting how close the relationship seems to be. Just that, like, they would let you stay with them because I feel like I would never do that.
on an air mattress in a studio.
Right,
we're
which is,
tight.
by the way, and I don't want you to feel like welcome because it is an
You
imposition.
haven't made me feel welcome, so no need to worry.
I mean, when you're there, like,
How
I don't
many
want you
nights
to
do
like
you get to
exit.
spend there
Yeah, I don't want there to be
guilt-free?
like an air of safety to it because you are imposing, and no matter what they say, like, oh, it's no problem. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah, but it's also what a joy
To have a guest.
To
'cause
host?
She's probably by themselves.
to have me there. Yeah, actually, she's normally with her boyfriend. She hasn't spent much time
Right,
in the
and
flat.
guess what?
Oh, that's
they
even
can't
better.
Fuck
So
while you're there.
It became an excuse
because
for her to
you're
like acclimatize
in their
herself.
personal space.
So where's the boyfriend? Where does the boyfriend live?
Tarzana.
Wow.
Yeah.
Far out
Well,
there.
or maybe that's someone lives there.
Yeah. Someone lives in
Yeah,
Tarzana.
someone's got
Yeah.
it.
So either her boyfriend lives there or anyone else.
Edgar Slice Burrows if he was eating pizza. That's to bring you back in.
To Bond of the Week, yeah.
Thank you.
My Bond of the Week is Billy McFarland because it's time for a James Cond. He organized the Fire Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you guys.
I forgot his name.
What are your guys' Bonds of the Week then?
I was going to say Billy McFarland, but for a completely separate reason.
Meaning?
We just need a guy who's able to organize stuff.
But he's not able to. That's the issue.
Well, he was able to just sort of get something off the ground, which is a lot more than most of us can do.
But it's also like he'd be acting, so he doesn't need to organize anything. He just needs to say his lines and shit. Like he doesn't need to like get
That
things
requires some level of organization.
organization to like have a script in front of you folded in a folder or something. Like
Yeah, to have sides in a studio or a trailer and to learn them.
when you were doing Harold and Kumar and they were like, you should get sides.
Yeah.
Would you grab tiny scripts or would you grab like patatas bravas?
Do you guys have a Bond of the Week?
I was gonna ask because I'm wondering if you had a bunch of like instead of a script.
No, I always
had like
used
an
to grab the
appetizer
scripts.
sampler, yeah.
I did not.
Oh, I have my sides with me right here, and it's like spinach and artichoke dip.
It
Do you
could
bring
be
that
like-
up because you've done that before?
This is why the horror movie I did is never gonna come out
Yeah.
because it was a lot of like I had smeared on my shirt.
You spent like a summer in Kentucky shooting this movie.
Yeah,
It
but
just won't exist.
I didn't have the sides. I was well fed,
Yeah.
but I never learned the lines because I was too busy having sides.
Yeah. I'm going to go with
Why
Seth
is the energy
MacFarlane.
down? Seth
Billy's
or Billy
older
McFarlane.
brother.
That's a good, yeah. Grace?
Do you know any McFarlanes?
Yeah, I was gonna say Sean Hayes as Jack McFarland, his character from Will and Grace.
That's good.
Mm.
Just Jack.
He was funny. It's a good physical comedy.
Good show.
You
So
guys
we've
like
done
Frasier?
Casey's Dimes, we've done Marika's Flaws, we've done Joel's Coins. Now we're gonna do
we did
Great-
Casey's Spheres.
and Casey's Fears.
Casey's.
Thanks
Grace
for
knows
listening
the
to
shows
Yeah,
more
thank you for
than you
listening to
do.
the show every week.
I consider myself the first listener of this show, and that's true.
Because you
This
take
is
the raw.
Grace's Impulses.
Can I sing a rice song?
It's a brand new segment.
Okay.
Sing a rice song.
I was going to write a rice song for this, but I didn't have time, so we'll do it on next week's episode because you're here for 2 weeks for some godforsaken reason, I want to say.
It's the season, she said.
That means nothing. I know I say shit that means nothing all the time. Grace has said nothing. You guys are just on her side because you're physically in the same room.
It's like nice outside, so it's a fun place to spend 2 weeks in December.
Yeah, why did I wear the high pile LL Bean fleece?
You love Pile.
I was, sweating a lot. Grace's Impulses, right? This is a quantitative instead of qualitative segment. How many impulses does Grace have?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with Casey.
This is my first time meeting Grace in person.
Okay.
Not true.
Well, Grace and I took a UCB class together years ago.
Is that true?
Yep.
Is that what you connected you to the show to begin with?
No, you got the
No.
job independent.
What?
Yeah.
So
I
what
did
was
send
the
him-
origin of you working on the Headgum podcast?
Qualified editor.
But how did we find her?
I applied for a job in December 2021.
You know how hard
Wow.
that is to cold apply and get the shit?
So you
It wasn't a
applied.
cold apply. There was a job available for a producer.
That's what I'm
Headgum.
saying.
At
Cold
Headgum.
applied to that
And I
job,
applied,
and you got it
and
somehow. Usually it's word of
3
mouth
rounds
to
of
have.
interviews.
You know how many people fucking work
One
here
of them was
because
with
they
you
either
and
worked at
Jake.
College Humor or they're just Anya's buddy?
And then Katie was like,
Half the staff is
Katie
Anya's
has always
friends.
hooked me up.
That's great.
People like
So
Anya.
What other shows do you work on?
I like
besides the
Anya.
Headgum
I'm just saying,
podcast?
why is this becoming the Anya show?
Too
I
scary
fear
to
that. I
watch.
really
Yeah.
do.
Uh-huh.
And it's always editing.
Can we not have two divergent conversations?
You diverged the conversation.
You love overlapping dialogue.
That's true, actually, and that's going to take us into our next segment. Well, how many impulses do you have? Just say how many fucking impulses you have.
7. What about if I can? We can
She admitted it. That's the word of the day.
Wow. Guys, Spotify Wraps just dropped.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people listening to this show, which is why it hasn't been canceled yet. What were your guys' top songs? And here's what I want to do. Well, let's hear what your top songs were. Top song. Mine was There She Goes by The Laws.
Top
Were you watching The
song.
Parent Trap?
I've been rewatching Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. I had more to say, but it's really not worth it.
Sorry,
My
jump scare.
number-
I was like, oh, Casey. No.
My number one most played song, I was in the top 0.005, 0.3
Do you want
noughts and a 5. 3 zeros and a 5.
Nobody who's
Which
American
is-
knows what you're saying.
I picked
Can you
up
try
on
it
what
again?
she was saying.
Can you translate, please?
3 zeros and a 5.
Okay.
Think of
0.0005% of listeners worldwide
No.
about music in general.
I was in the top 0.0005% of listeners of the song Hot to Go. Discovered
Wow.
That's
via
hard.
this podcast on the 200th episode.
Wow.
So you learned about it when Geoff parodied it, and then you listened to it so much you were every 200 Spotify listeners of that song,
Yeah,
you
how
were
many-
number one.
How many times did you
I
listen
really
to
like
the
that song. I don't even listen all the way through a lot of the time.
You
I
just
really
started.
like the
You
first.
just
like,
got to log 30 seconds on Spotify and
Yeah.
they count it as a,
So
as
it's-
a play.
Interesting.
I just want like verse, chorus, verse, chorus.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's not true. The rest of the song's good too.
So Hot to Go is your number one song.
Yes, and then we
Okay.
had Growing on Me, which is a song by The Darkness. We had Roller Coaster by Blink-182. We had I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
I'd
which
love
is
if we had
another
like a
song by
court
The Darkness.
stenographer on this show because I'm very curious when I asked for your top 5.
At the beginning, you said what you most
God.
listened
No,
to
I'm
songs.
not trying to be an asshole. I'm just
But-
saying.
You are.
I asked for your top song.
Can I?
My top songs.
I know you're not trying to be an asshole, but you're being incredibly rude.
That's fine if you're interpreting it that way. I'm saying my intention is not to be rude. I'm just being honest.
Please, can I
feel-
talk about it? Because my consistency of my top artists,
Sand.
I've had the.
Sorry. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No, it's fine.
All right, Amir, what was your top song? Your top
Now I'm
song.
afraid to tell you the top 5, so I'll just listen. The top number 1 song was
Thank you.
played. It's All My Favorite Songs by Weezer and AJR.
Okay.
Did
What
you
album
China?
is that?
I don't know.
Casey?
Yes, thank you for calling me by my name. My top song was Big Bad Cadillac by King Lizard.
Okay. And yeah, mine was There She Goes. Here, this is a segment that I like to call.
My top 1 and 2 artists for the past 3 years have been Blink-182 and then the Wonder Years, and that's just.
Welcome to Spotify Overlapped. So we're all gonna play our top song at once, which should thereby skirt the copyright infringement on YouTube and B, sort of be an interesting sonic experiment. Are we all ready?
I really like this idea.
Let's hear, because what if it sounds good?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. This is, let me know when you guys have yours picked up. We're just gonna toss them into the mic here.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Okay, Amir?
I don't have Spotify like premium, so I have to click on it and sort of hope that it gets there before 6 skips.
Usually people get
That's
Spotify Premium before they get married.
That's what LeBron does.
Yes, exactly.
He has ads.
I'm King James in that regard.
Yeah.
He doesn't pay for premium.
That's crazy to me.
and that's how he
It's
stays
just
rich.
crazy. in
It's
general.
one of the
Can we just do
one of
this?
the only subscriptions I feel like is
It's
absolutely
worth
necessary.
the cash. Yeah, it's still only $5 a month, right?
I don't know how much it is.
Do you feel bad about how little the artists get paid?
Yeah, I do.
I'm ready.
I know you are. I'm fucking
sorry.
pissed at this ass.
Pre-roll.
Ready?
No. I can go to YouTube, but I don't know.
Don't go to YouTube. Just do the pre-roll Spotify ad.
Oh, we got it.
Yep, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Spotify overlap.
I'm mostly just hearing my songs.
Use the walk for friction.
Whichever song is the longest will have the time to shine at the end.
And we are back. That was Spotify overlapped.
Did you say what your song was? Was it There She Goes Again? It sounded like.
There she goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Len? Who is
There
that
She
by?
By
Goes.
the Laws, which I said.
I think Glenn did.
You should be very familiar with
Steal
the
My
phonetic
Sunshine.
Yeah. very
sound, the
similar.
Laws,
Yeah.
because I feel like you constantly have a lozenge.
Why is that your most played song?
Because I
It's
like to
so
hear it.
mid. It's like your most played song being In the Middle by Jimmy Eat World.
I think a
It's,
really funny top
I
song would
won't
be
say
like
my top two,
Graduation by Vitamin C.
See, I like that song.
But your top song, you
yeah,
listen to
kinda
that?
weird. But
the
I
most?
do sometimes actually
When you
seek that
get
song
in
out.
your car and you start with There She Goes, and that's the beginning of your day, there's no better feeling in Los Angeles.
Did that song come out before you were born?
I don't know when it
Long.
came out,
It's
but
like a-
Gilmore Girls came out when I was alive, and it was in that. So I'm assuming it was around the same time. I think it was after.
I've never seen Gilmore Girls.
That's really good.
Have you seen Gilmore Girls?
That's if Nick Kroll narrated it.
Do they play that song a lot on the show?
No, it's just in the pilot episode, and it's like an iconic scene in television history, I want to say.
Okay.
Okay.
All your pleasures are guilty.
Really?
Yeah.
This just in. The Atlantic reports, this was today, so this is breaking news. America has an onion problem.
Yeah.
What is it?
I got 99 problems and a shallot's one. Onion.
Because they are making people sick, right?
Well, I didn't read the article.
Yeah, I think they're making people sick.
What is not, though? Because they're also testing milk for bird flu. I'm just like, what's safe to eat? Knives? That's what my dad tells me to go eat.
What's that?
Lionel Messi crowned the MLS's 2024 MVP. No shocker there. I'm wondering who the 2024 Headgum MVP is.
Maybe Katie?
Really?
Yeah, maybe Katie.
Because she got the morning after. She got the,
Yeah, just constantly overperforming and impressing everybody.
Yeah, Variety kind of claimed her as like
Spicy
one of the
boy.
new leaders in Hollywood or something like
Not
that.
just
Yeah,
podcasting,
she's getting her
Hollywood
own
at large.
publicity as an employee.
Yeah, writ
That's
large.
Rare.
It's hard to do that. I feel like I've done it before.
I don't think you've ever been written about.
What about like with litigation?
Well, he had that interview.
Oh yeah, the one that Miles kept reading.
Yeah, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
That you always write with a guitar because you like to hop back and forth between music and writing.
It's kind of like how I usually drive with one hand on a gun,
Interesting.
just in case.
Have you given up on
Just
that
in case
dream?
what?
Like to be a writer and working in Hollywood? Or
I
is
haven't
that
given
still like
up. I think others have given up on me. Does that make sense?
so you're still
Absolutely.
trying?
I'm writing a movie.
That's cool.
Who
Yeah.
not?
It'd be really funny if I just plagiarized your script.
Scene one.
Did you guys say lethargy?
No one did.
And I don't think that's how I'd pronounce it. That's like what you'd call. That's like a LeBron James nickname.
Oh my god, lethargy.
Lethargy.
Yeah, when he's tired.
Lethargy? How do you say it? Lethargy.
I think it's lethargy.
Lethargy.
It's lethargy.
Yeah, but lethargic.
Wow.
I'm lethargic
Well, that's the word of the goddamn
of
day.
your shit.
So that's kind of interesting. New novel title, right? While I was in Brooklyn, I had this goal to write a novel because that feels very like cosmopolitan to me. Sorry, I'm not even close to done. Basically, the dream hasn't changed even though I live in Los Angeles, right?
Mhm.
Nathaniel West, Eve Babbitts, Joan Didion all wrote from here. You know, the too dumb. Well, you and I were, no, I was talking about this to Danny Sellers. It's the thing of like too dumb for New York, too ugly for LA. Everyone's
that
just
on
too
a
dumb
poster.
and
I did say that
ugly
all
for
to
New
Danny.
York. What's that?
I did not say those words to Danny Sellers.
Okay.
Too ugly for New York, too dumb for LA.
Too dumb for New York, too ugly for LA is the saying, but I think most people are just too dumb and ugly for New York, and everyone here is fine to bad. Here's the novel that I want to write. It's called From Bangkok to Bangor, and it's the story about a divorced wife's journey to find herself/wine from Thailand to Maine.
So you wanted to write it in Brooklyn, and all you came up with was the title and the concept, and then left Brooklyn.
No, every week I was in Brooklyn, I was coming up with a new novel idea/title because I wanted to write a book, and all I needed was the perfect name.
Got it.
Now, because I wasn't able to quite nail it down while I was there, I'm continuing the journey.
Yeah.
And so I think this might be what I might write, which is From Bangkok to Bangor. The story of one divorcee's journey from Thailand to Maine to find herself/wine.
There's a banger in Wales.
Okay, well this is Bangor, not Bangor.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
That's just I said it wrong.
I think you probably said it right in the Americanized version.
Well, it's probably not banger because I did.
OR.
Guys, the
Say it
United
like that,
Healthcare
nice.
CEO was
Oh, yeah.
fatally shot. And by the way, the shooter was kind of snatched, right?
I was thinking of suggesting him for Bond of the Week.
What's next?
too.
Sorry.
And then I was
Nah,
like, I
CEO
don't
or
know.
the
Right,
assassin?
we're
Yeah,
writing
yeah.
this. Let's cut out what just happened. The United Healthcare CEO was fatally shot in New York, and the shooter was kind of snatched. What's next? The head of marketing at Standard Oil is going to be sliced by a fucking dime?
Could be next.
I thought it was going to be like about Headgum. I thought it was going to be like
Oh, like
It was-
a
Yeah,
hit
something
on
about
the-
like
a
Marty
head of- yeah.
getting.
I don't think we're large or evil enough of a corporation.
Yeah, but I thought
No.
Geoff was gonna maybe do something like work that into like he's gonna see Marty and then
Welcome
like
to
hit him in the face
Dell
with a pie.
or
Oh, I see,
Dell.
like the lower version of
Yeah.
assassination.
Welcome to Dell or Dell. Are you guys ready to play?
Sure.
Dell or what?
Dell or Dell. So I'm going to read out quotes
It's like Dell clothes
that are
or
either
Dell the computer.
attributable
Taco.
to Dell Curry or
Yeah.
Michael Dell. So that's Steph's dad or the CEO of Dell Computers. Are you guys ready?
You know, Dell Curry and Steph Curry have the same name.
Dell Steph Curry is his name?
Wardell.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You know that Michael Dell's son almost tried to beat the shit out of me?
Yes.
Why?
What stopped him?
Well, he thought I was someone else who had had sex with his girlfriend or something.
But you were
Oh, he
9.
should've-
But I was.
There's the fucking 9-year-old that fucked my girl. Whoa, Brad.
All right, here we go. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
There's always an opportunity to make a difference.
I hope that's Michael Dell.
Sorry, who's Michael Dell? Geoff, you were asked to not play that.
Why do I have to not? I feel like I should do what's fun.
That was easy.
That's the next quote.
Guys, there's always an opportunity to make a difference. You say Michael.
Michael Dell is the person who started Dell Computers.
Correct.
And then the other
Yeah.
guy's Del Curry.
Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Michael Dell.
Correct. That was Michael Dell.
Your teeth look great.
Really?
Interesting.
Sometimes I only brush once a day, so that actually means a lot.
Morning or night?
Usually morning, right?
Oh, interesting.
Because morning, it's like you want to be
I feel
fresh.
like night is the most important.
Yeah, because
brush.
that's the day of food still in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Morning, it's like I haven't eaten since I brushed last. It's more of
Exactly.
a breath situation.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like to be fresh when I enter my day, and then by the end of the day, I'm so exhausted, that I just am like, I
You
don't
want
want
it to stew while you're in bed. And
That's when the cavities happen, when the food between your teeth have an entire night of darkness.
Well,
to
my
wreak
cavities are
havoc.
just evidence of my depravities, right?
Nice.
Because-
Eminem's mom died
Today,
Speaking of
a
having
a
awesome
couple
lyrics,
days ago. Yeah. Spitting bars. That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
you have the perspicacity of a young Butch Cassidy.
that's really good.
Thank you.
There's
Fuck you, Debbie.
was that him talking to the
That's what he says in
I
one of his
just said it
songs.
on my-
little
Oh,
Debbie's
yeah.
cookies woman?
Yeah.
There's so much that can influence kids and young adults now. You just have to raise them the best you can and hope they make the right decisions.
Del Curry.
Del Curry.
Correct! All right. Don't be afraid to try something new.
Michael.
I bet Dell's also said it.
Yeah, but it seems like more of a Michael quote.
That's going to be Wardell.
Oh, you were on it.
If you're happy, that's probably the most important thing.
Aw.
Sounds like me, but I'll say Michael Dell.
Michael Dell.
I'll take Del Curry again.
Incorrect to Grace, correct to China and
It all worked out.
We're
Blumenfeld.
back.
That was Michael.
Do you think this is a fun segment?
I mean, you guys can talk amongst yourselves while we do it. It's just
I
something
have
to
a
give us
segment
direction
if
and
you wanna-
structure.
Do you still work on the episodes that you're in?
Yeah, of course.
So you'll
You think
take
it's
the
too much
footage-
for her to do both?
Oh, just like now that you're here, it might be a different situation.
No.
And do you do audio only, or you also edit the video?
I also edit the video.
Wow.
Life can only
Hand
be
in hand?
understood backwards.
You do it both together and just export audio for audio.
No, I do the audio first
Wow.
in Audition and then export that and then just sub
You
that
marry
into
it to
the
picture. We all
for the
got it.
video.
All right. Life can only be
video.
understood
'Cause
backwards,
Geoff is-
but it must be lived
Jeff
forwards.
does the assembly edit.
Mm.
So
it's
when I
already,
say Grace cut
audio
that out,
locked.
it's actually a fallacy and a farce because I cut it out.
Do you ever cut it out when he says to cut it out, or do you always keep that part in?
Do you ever cut it out when it comes to your sour attitude?
No, I respect Geoff and what he's building.
That's
So-
crazy.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm also linking. I feel like you're almost selling me short because
It's
you're not
not
talking
for
about the
me to
linking part of
decide.
it. I feel like last night at the party, I was doing numbers in a way.
Who
People were
were you
cracking
talking
up.
to?
Mostly, I was being a wallflower to let people come to me.
I saw you talking to Nick, Anya's dude.
Yeah, I love Nick.
You guys are both kind of long haired,
I'm
chill
sort of
dudes.
the brown Nick.
You're more of a brown Jordan, I thought.
I think that's cool. We did talk to somebody who's kind of important about Brown Jordan.
I think that was Nick. Have you
Life-
talked to Anya about the Nick? You talking to Nick? I wonder what he thought.
Have I talked to Anya about me talking to Nick?
Yeah, like, hey, did you talk to Nick about what I sounded like and how that was?
You want me
for
to
him?
ask Anya what Nick thought about how I sounded?
Yeah.
Not what I was saying. Just
Yeah.
the general impression of how I speak.
The tone of your voice.
There's
yeah,
no
and the
way that's
tenor.
interesting.
Is Anya here?
No,
I
she's
think
working
she's
from
not.
home today.
All right. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards.
That's Benjamin Button.
But kind of correct, actually, from Grace. That one was a trick question / quote. That was Soren Kierkegaard, Danish theophist. Theophist.
The British office?
The British theophist. Here we go. Regrets are born of paths not taken.
Michael.
Okay.
If you play me the sound that's like da, 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 I'll do you a new segment just off the cuff.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
That was Michael. Correct, China.
Thank you.
I have 6 grandchildren.
That is
That's Del Curry.
Del Curry, but he probably didn't say that.
It is
don't
Del
think
Curry,
he-
and he said it. Celebrate for a nanosecond.
Del Curry.
Are you interested in all that
That was Michael.
Giannis
Can
is
you
having a
fucking
4th
believe that?
baby? His
No.
wife's pregnant again.
4th?
Yeah, in like 5 years.
Guys, there's
I
only
mean,
one quote. Can we just
He
power
comes from a
through?
big
This is really
family
good
and
segment.
he's got
Yeah, that's
the
true.
money to support
Grace.
it.
What? Sorry.
I'm going to call Anya, ask her about the...
Okay. Can we just get this last quote out, or are you going to call her in the middle of the segment, and then we'll have one more quote after the call, and then I'll move on to the next segment? That feels disorganized and weird.
Okay, I guess finish the segment.
Good to see you guys.
That's the
Del
quote.
Curry.
Dell or Dell?
I'm going to go with Dell.
Which one?
The Dell computer?
Is it Curry or Michael?
Del Curry.
Said, good to see you guys?
Yeah. Like on a broadcast.
What's the context of that quote?
He was on a podcast, and it was the first thing he said when they introduced him. Because I ran out of brainy quote Del Curry quotes because he hasn't said much of note.
Yeah.
It seems like. Amir, are you phoning a fiend?
Yeah, it keeps prompting it in Slack.
Why
Can
don't you ever
FaceTime in
try
Slack?
new shit with your like style, like vis-a-vis
Pants
with
instead of
specific regards?
shorts.
Yeah, like why don't you do like some corduroys or like maybe do like grow out your hair a little to Casey's length?
don't have corduroys.
That's
and
what I'm
sometimes
saying.
I
I'm
grow
saying
my
try
hair.
something new with your style instead of because I feel like you're a little bit stuck in 2017.
Geoff, do you trim your hair?
I do once a year.
How often do you shampoo?
Every time not every time I shower. So twice a week. I shower every day or mostly,
Yeah.
but I only wash the hair twice a week.
Yeah, I do. Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah, and you don't brush only when it's wet.
Oh, well, I got like curly wavy hair.
Same.
So you don't put a brush through
That's
that.
cool. Amir, are you getting Anya on the phone, or are you just fucking placing sports bets on an offshore
I'm
account?
trying to, but it keeps prompting it in Slack instead of. Do one of you guys have
Do you want me
Anya's
to call
phone
her?
number? Yeah,
You don't have Anya's phone number?
I do, but it's like okay, calling her in Slack, but it's not actually calling her in Slack.
If I called Anya, she would just assume something was wrong.
Well, I asked her if she was available.
If she
you wanna
assumes
do-
something's wrong, though, she'll pick up.
Just audio?
Sure.
This sucks.
Why? FaceTime, here we go.
And then just speak her up to the.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Let's see how she reacts when she thinks it's me.
She's not gonna pick up.
If it's me, though, it could be an emergency. What if it's like Geoff was shot?
She'd celebrate.
Hello.
Hey Anya, you're on the
Hello.
podcast. Don't say anything illegal.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Geoff was talking to Nick a lot last night.
I feel like it was a normal amount.
Did you ever
Okay.
hear about that conversation and how it went from Nick's side? Because Jeff thought it went well. And I'm curious if that was sort of the
I
consensus.
wanted to know. I didn't go out of my way to ask.
it.
This is Amir being curious.
Yeah. So Nick was asleep by the time I came home
Yeah.
last night, but
Like he was tired from
So
the
you didn't
conversation.
get a chance to ask because I am curious a
Exhausted,
lot
yeah.
now.
Exhausted
Del
but
from
then
the
curious,
like
really.
today I didn't
Nice.
like I
Thank
asked
you.
if he had fun and he said sort of.
Sort
he didn't
of?
really like mention
Sort of or
ask
sorted?
my
Because I
name.
feel like
I
we
don't
kind
think
of
he really
sorted through.
thinks
Yeah.
about him that much.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
Sora.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I
Sarah.
mean?
I'd almost
Yeah,
rather it have
like
been
it
a
was a
negative
normal
experience because that would have
conversation
made some kind of
for
impression.
Nick, and
I'm worried
Geoff
he didn't
thought
even
it
think
went
much
well,
about me.
and but Nick is just basically tired and bored.
To Nick,
overall.
am I sort of like a stronghold to talk to at a party, or am I
Can
like
you
a
hear,
Jeff?
wisp in a
Can
wind?
you hear Jeff?
I can, but he's talking exactly at the same time as you.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Overlapping dialogue in a
Like every
way.
time you start talking,
This is kind of how
Yeah.
it went with Nick, by the way, because I'd
Jeff
ask him a
is an
question and then
echo.
Right.
So like this is how I was trying to do it. So I'd be
Right.
like, "Hey Nick, like
This is what I'm worried about.
how often do you shampoo your hair?"
That's what you asked.
That's what I was
What
asking.
I
Yeah.
remember, because I was like trying to talk to some other people at the same time, but like what I remember was that Geoff said that Geoff is kind of like the brown Nick.
I
and
was gonna
don't
say
really
the
know
brown
how
Nick,
Nick was
yeah.
supposed to react to that.
Right,
He
'cause
didn't
it
know
sort
what
of
to
throws
say
him
to
into
that,
a very
but I feel like
tense
he was
question.
reacting with a little bit of weary,
Who are you talking to, Anya or Amir?
both at once,
Uh-huh.
because it's possible.
Yeah.
So it seems like the
Can I ask,
conversation.
why does she sound so tired of this conversation?
Don't ask that of a woman.
Thank you, Grace.
You're
No way.
welcome. Wish you were here.
How's the episode going so far, by the way?
I
Well,
Great, we called you.
Yeah, so that's kind of.
So good.
Wait.
When a
Ask her,
ship
ask
goes
her how many
down and
impulses
you-
Grace has to her.
Oh, we were playing Grace's impulses like Casey's coins, and I guess Geoff was wondering how many impulses you think Grace has.
Nailed it.
How many impulses she has? I think many. I think like she's a person that's done like improv.
Uh-huh.
She's also like she's good at her job that she does with us. So like her impulse is like she's kind of like really easy for her to do things well, kind of very quickly.
This is
Yeah.
how the segment
That
could have gone
is
earlier
not
if you guys had just
sound
given me a
right?
straight fucking
Yeah,
answer.
that's.
Can you give
good.
us a number,
very
Anya?
kind.
Just a number?
Oh, how many? Like 20 to 25.
Wow.
For sure.
Wow.
You're
Higher.
way off. I am sorry. The answer was 7.
The answer was 7.
Yeah, we
Oh,
counted them.
no.
Yeah, but
Okay, well, I haven't
Yeah,
been
it was a
around
play.
Grace
Has
that
that been
much
the
like in
whole
real life.
time?
Maybe that's why I kind of don't know.
that's fair. That's good. Thanks for answering and helping us out a little bit.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Jeff's now playing music, so I think. I have
Okay,
to go.
and Anya can stay on for this if she
All right,
wants.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Anya Kolevskaya.
Okay.
Anya.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, a lot of movies, TV, and brands are doing immersive marketing experiences.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
I'm not sure if we'll get an LA live show. I'm really pushing for that. But maybe at the very least we could do a pop-up of some kind, in kind, where it's an immersive experience where people get to step into,
Can
the
I pitch my
brand.
idea?
Yeah.
Rice karaoke.
That's actually
Pretty
really good in a way that's not funny, just honestly impressive.
So we get like a karaoke bar private room, and people can join us.
Yeah, but
And
there'll be
sing
like
the-
a bank of pre-written Rice songs.
I think
Oh.
you
Like,
could
as if it
incorporate
were
that into
karaoke.
like a house party. So it's like the Headgum podcast.
I'm thinking more like an episode. I guess
Yeah.
it would be a lot.
the Headgum
Nice.
podcast
But-
house
oh,
party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
No,
good.
it's a great show all
A
of a
house
sudden.
party, yeah. Do you have a house?
Yeah.
Nice.
We could do it there. It's
What's your address?
I'm obviously not gonna say, and if I do, I'm gonna shut down like
I like where you're going with this
Yeah,
immersive.
okay, so like it could be a live show in a backyard, but then afterwards it's just kind of a party, and we don't have to hang around.
Oh,
People
that's
can
not
just
at all what I was
stay.
thinking.
Well, I'm just saying they could afterwards at the party there could be Rice parody karaoke, and then there could also be Brown Jordan furniture.
I was thinking like
On the patio.
like a Headgum podcast activation sort of thing, kind of like how they do at like Comic-Con or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. No, you're getting it.
But it's like people can come in and do the Headgum podcast experience,
Yeah.
and it is kind of essentially like an escape room.
Yeah.
And they
That's
get
cool.
locked in a room with you.
Okay.
And
An escape from Jeff room.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and
now
they
it's starting to hurt
gotta
my
figure
feelings.
out
And
a
they
way
leave
out of there.
Death.
What's that?
They leave death.
Because of the sounds I play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot stress enough how loud the is it the Dukes of Hazzardhorn?
Yeah, and also the metal hitting the concrete in a giant
Yeah.
warehouse.
They
Do you keep it high so that the audience can experience
no.
the pain?
I protect them.
That's nice.
I don't know what you're saying. I feel like I play it at a good volume to have. And We can also just keep brainstorming here because I really want to nail down something we could actually practically do.
Yeah.
Maybe we just like do a collab with podcast but outside. So we do the
Wait.
Headgum podcast but
Podcast
outside.
but bad.
So
You want to poison another show. It should be contained entirely within this show.
why don't we just do this show on the beach?
It's loud and illegal.
It's
Is
not
it
illegal.
Now
illegal?
you're just you
Podcast on
just
the
want to
beach?
do their bit.
Well, if Andrew comes on the show, it's sometimes fun to do people's show. Like we do Dregments when Amir's on.
Sometimes.
Well,
Andrew
when you
would love
and
to do this show.
and
He's
Jake
a
are on,
funny.
I mean.
He's a good guy, and he's a team player, and he's probably down to do it.
He was
whenever you
very nice talking to him last night.
Yeah.
He greeted me with warmth.
want.
Do you think I'm icically?
You're what?
Icically.
No, you seemed very like willing to talk to people at the party, and
You're kind of cordial to a fault.
But I drink cordials with salt.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
Nice.
talking about.
Yeah, it's too polite the way that I talk about salting a rim and then pouring a Armagnac.
nasty.
I have the weirdest orders.
Yeah, I bet.
We haven't done like a company lunch or dinner somewhere in a while. It'd be fun to do Musos.
Every Thursday,
we do
have
company lunch all
lunch.
the time.
Every
week, there's a
Thursday,
company
we do
No,
lunch.
you guys
company
order
lunch.
lunch in and everybody eats like a hermit at opposite sides of the office. That's why I don't come in.
No, we all eat together.
I was
You don't
wondering,
come in because we don't tell you about it.
That's true. I was wondering if we do Muso and Frank's
For lunch,
for a dinner, like a holiday dinner.
We
I've
sort
never
of did
been.
our holiday thing.
I like Musso and Frank's.
It's a good
What it-
ambiance and atmosphere.
It's
more
like the
than
oldest
food.
steakhouse in Los Angeles. It's like an LA
Oh.
icon.
Yeah.
like
I mean,
Frank
Anya,
Sinatra ate here.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was
Stanley
Italian.
Rose's bookshop was next door, so all of the
Who?
nothing.
Did you say Sandy Rose?
I also
The
don't
Sandy
know.
Rose is a really good name. This is Stanley Rose, though. He
Oh.
was a bookseller. He published West and Bukowski and people. See, people think I'm an idiot. I actually do know some.
Yeah, you've read all the male books.
Yeah. I've read
You read all the
Didion.
male books, and you want to write a book about women.
Just one woman. She's
Sure.
divorced.
Yeah, and she has a journey from Thailand to Maine.
It could go in reverse order. I haven't quite cracked that yet, but yeah, it is from one to the other.
How far is it to fly to Thailand from here? Like,
Ooh, I would guess 13 hours.
I was going to say, yeah. 13 hours.
what's that?
Los Angeles to Bangkok, Bangkok to Los Angeles, 13 hours.
The Secrets of Benghazi.
It's Kanye West. Jesus. Benghazi?
He's your Jesus?
Jesus.
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ.
I swear to God.
Loud.
And then
Are you just pressing all the buttons?
my kid sat on my lap and watched like the first lap with me, which is always fun because if there's going to be any crashing, it's a good lap. So
He didn't even realize he was circling a pun there. My kid sat on my lap as I watched the first lap.
Yeah.
Circling fun.
I feel like putting out this show every week is Herculean.
What can I do to help? I'm here, pal.
You're helping great. It's this.
It's
the energy that
came here today
On
to
a
this
Friday.
building.
Borderline weekend.
Just for this.
Yes.
I might have got a
But
apartment.
this is how it's
don't
going.
appreciate that you guys frame it as some kind of favor to me.
Dude, I'm really looking to have fun.
It's
That was my
art.
goal.
It's this fucking performance, and we get to bring joy to others.
Yeah, I like that.
When we didn't release something
I would
2 weeks
love to
ago,
bring joy to others, but
which
you
we
make
do.
it so difficult.
It's an uphill. It's Sisyphusian in nature, but once we get there, it's I think one of the greatest shows on the network. When we don't hit,
On the network?
I don't know why people
Dude.
listen to this. I think it's Exploration Live. We're here to help, and then this. I really feel that way when it's good. When it's bad, it shouldn't even be put out.
How often do you think it's good to bad?
I think it's good 12 times out of the year.
And how's today going?
This one's like a B.
oh, that's
Last
pretty
week,
good.
I think, was pretty good, though. There's like once a month we have an episode that hits a lot.
Last week felt bad to me, but I guess that's good. And then the good
Sora?
episodes are bad.
No, last week we were firing on all cylinders, I think.
Which one was last week? Was
You
I
haven't
on
listened to it because it came out today.
Was I on it?
You weren't on it and you don't listen to the ones
So
you're not
I
on,
go,
which is
yeah.
crazy. You should listen to the ones you're not on, and then the ones you're on, you already
You know how
what
many
happened.
podcasts I listen to every day
That's
at
what
work?
I was saying, yeah. Last night. I forget who. The lawyer. What's his name? Ryan Adams?
Ryan Morrison.
Yeah. Ryan Morrissey?
Morrison.
What you said, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys think? Maybe we should do another. You know what? Maybe in January we do another audit. It's been 3 years. You guys are insinuating that the fucking episodes suck. I think they're good as hell.
I didn't say that
sometimes.
the episodes suck. I'm saying this one sucks.
I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm wondering. I'm this close to starting my own network and bringing this show with me.
There's
Saundry-
no way you can
Saundry
run a
Media.
network.
That's really cool.
Really?
I don't like that.
You don't like it?
No.
Okay.
You should do a "Who's Coming with Me" Jerry Maguire style rant.
Exactly
and then
right. And
nobody
we'd film it,
leaves.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a funny sketch ideas. I try to start my own podcast network. Sometimes the ideas that will be funny don't get laughs in the room.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that one.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just take it out with plugs and what you guys are looking forward to. Are you guys coming to my party tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you are. Casey?
Yeah, probably.
Well, you said you wanted to hit on the youngest women you possibly could.
Absolutely didn't say that.
Okay. Well, we're not that different in age. You're 32?
We don't need to talk about my age.
Well, I'll bleep it, but I'm curious.
I'm
Oh, cool.
Are you really?
Yeah.
How old do you think I am?
Don't ask that. You don't want
I think I know how old you are.
Let's hear it.
He's gonna cry.
42.
Wow.
You know the salt and pepper is fading
Your
into
birthday is
salt.
January 18th.
That's correct. Good on
January.
you.
Same
14th.
as Sasha. I'm sorry,
Oh.
Michelle Obama. I think.
That's cool.
Michelle is the 19th.
Cool that we're the same week.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of birthdays.
What's your birthday?
December 18th.
Oh, 1 month before mine.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
remembered yours.
cool.
I feel like
I
we're
know.
closer to Grace's birthday than your birthday at this point.
There's a 1 month period that's all of our birthdays.
I think it actually might be the directly.
And it's coming up.
Do
Okay,
you like
28.
your birthday?
Yeah.
That's 2,
January 18th I think
8.
feels
Now we're
fresh.
closer to mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really my
For-
birthday though. It's just kind of a hang at a bar. It'd be fun if everybody came.
Yeah,
I'm
which
worried
makes it
about
me feel like
parking
You
wise.
don't have to
Like,
let
where do you
obligated,
even
you know?
park in K-Town?
That's my big problem.
Don't park. Just Uber.
Oh,
You
Then
take
I
a
gotta be
$30
in a-
Uber there,
yeah.
and a $30 Uber
It's just
home.
like,
$30.
$60.
No,
in
it'll
the
be like
hole.
Just to get a
15
a
drink
Friday
with
night
you.
Uber in Los Angeles.
That sounds fun.
Well, you don't want a
Not.
cheese corn in a skillet.
I do like the food at a Korean bar. Can we say where it is? Because it's not necessarily.
It'll have passed. It's
Yeah.
the Prince in K-Town.
And you will have passed.
Have you ever been
be
to
cool.
that K-Town bar? It's like.
Oh yeah, HMS Bounty.
No, it has
place is cool.
a mural of Kim Jong Un on the side. It's a Kim Jong Un bar, but that's not what it's called.
No,
Anyway, it has good cheese corn, like you said.
but the Prince has good cheese corn, and I like the Prince. I don't know.
Can
what
I
you're talking
eat
about.
cheese corn at a party with a bunch
Oh,
of
100%.
27-year-olds?
I'm gonna encourage everybody to eat out of the
in the
same
corner,
skillet.
sort of
Leave
eating
with the bird
cheese
food.
out of a
Yeah,
cast
no way.
iron, and it's like,
No
why
way
isn't he
the milk
talking to
products
anybody
have been
because he's
tested for
41 and
H1N1.
he's
I
just
was
here to
worried
eat
about
corn, and it
Let alone
costs him
H5,
$65 to Uber there and back.
I don't care how much you spend as long as you come or not.
Amir, sorry. How old are you?
41,
Oh.
but I will be
I'm
42.
sorry.
You're what? If
Geoff,
you went outside to the yard and you dug up a piece of dirt and you compared it with you and you carbon dated it,
Yeah.
you'd be thrice as old as that shit.
I think everyone looks great.
You're mulch.
For their ages?
Yeah.
You're mulch.
We're
man.
aging
We're
well
doing
in here.
great.
You're soil to me. You're
Soil?
old as dirt.
That was a Headgum original.